what are some of your plans for 2023 for White Whale, but also like where do you see the interchain space going for the rest of the year?
So let's start with White Whale. That's the smaller piece of the puzzle. So we
Cool.
just launched our permissionless smart contract chain. So obviously, we will put a lot of effort into attracting exciting applications, developers who build cool stuff on our chain. Um, at the same time, we're also trying to, collaborate and expand the utility of the White Whale protocol. So this interchain protocol with the satellite markets on different chains. So that's something where we put in a lot of effort. And really the overreaching goal of this year for us is, next to those two things I just mentioned, is to connect the liquidity of the different satellite markets. And if by the end of the year there's a button that's called deposit and you just put in some tokens and it just feels like one chain, and in the back end the liquidity is actually on a dozen different chains and it just does a thing, that's the goal. That's the overreaching goal of what we're trying to build here. And it will be finished when it's finished. This is really cutting edge technology. So it doesn't it happens more than once in a while that we try something out and reach out to the core developers who building this, and they said, "Oh, well, we didn't know this. Nobody used it before. It's so new." So
Yeah. Wow.
if you're
R&D.
really, yeah, yeah, well,
Nice.
and really, if you're so close to the edge of technology, it just sometimes it's slower than one would like to have it. And to your second question, the ecosystem. Well, I think macro will have a big influence on how this year is going to look like. Fingers crossed. I think we all hope for the best here, and not a war in whatever form or another. But the technological trends that I see is that this app chain vision or app chain theory is becoming true, or everybody will realize this is the future. So don't get me wrong, this does not mean Ethereum will go bust and nobody will use large smart contract platforms anymore. It will just mean that people realize, okay, there will be multiple computers in this world, multiple blockchains. Some will be full-blown smart contract platforms. Some will be very, very niche and application specific, and some will be in the middle. It's really it's a spectrum, and you have a slider. One is in the one extreme, it's app specific, and the other extreme is fully permissionless smart contract chain. There can be also everything in the middle, from sector specific chains or gaming specific chains. But nevertheless, people will realize that this is the future. And I think also towards the end of the year, maybe next year, we will see a winner emerging of the future of the Internet of blockchain. So what's going to be the Internet of the blockchain? And I think that's it's $1 trillion question, maybe
It's kind of
even
exciting.
quadrillion-dollar question. It is. It's one of the largest questions I think there is in crypto right now. And
Yeah.
whoever makes the right bet will make wealth beyond your wildest dreams, not financial advice.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be interesting to see, what is, or even is there going to be an internet of blockchains, right? Like, is that concept that we've been stuck to of
It
like
will.
having one
It will.
internet going to transfer over to the crypto space? So yeah,
WIP.
that'll be interesting to see.
Work in progress, Sam.
Um, for sure. So yeah, before we close off, like, if anyone has any questions, feel free to jump up and ask or comment any questions. We covered a lot of great information today in a short amount of time. Interchain arbitrage, white whale, and our stories about how we got into crypto. So yeah, it was definitely a great call. Um, in the meantime, I'll let you guys from White Whale end off the call with any final thoughts that you might have for everyone that joined.
Yeah, I think Ray has a question.
Do you have a question, Ray?